All right. I and 12,000 of my fellow Writers Guild of America colleagues went on strike this week against the conglomerates that make and control much of the content. Our last strike back in 2007 caused more than $3 billion of economic damage in Los Angeles alone. This strike could be even more costly. We didn't want this strike. It's already causing genuine suffering to many of our union members. No shit, huh? You're making them stand around, doing nothing, using them, just literally just using them as an example for your own cause. Don't get me started on this union bullshit. We didn't want this strike. It's already causing genuine suffering to many of our union members and to many support staff and other workers whose livelihoods are being immediately affected. But that suffering is nothing compared with the pain and degradation that the conglomerates have openly proclaimed they plan to inflict on us. Our collective action is the only thing that can stop them. Now, this article is starting to sound like an epic, I have to say. Very dramatic. As a member of the Guild negotiating committee, I've had a front row seat the past couple of months to the conglomerate's tactics and strategies. They haven't been subtle about their intentions. We've heard industry leaders, some of whom just this past month announced annual salaries of $50 million and more, tell us that they can weather a strike because they have plenty of international programming produced far outside the Guild's jurisdiction. Holy fuck. They're playing hardball. The globalization, fucking hell. These people are so fucking petty, huh? Fuck Hollywood, dude. You guys wonder why I don't give a shit what comes out of LA. I stopped caring what comes out of Hollywood years ago. And this is why. Listen to how fucking petty these people are on both sides. The globalization of our industry, which in many positive ways has decentered Hollywood's parochial dominance. Think of the success of shows such as Squid Game, is now being used as a cudgel against workers, a tactic familiar to industrial and service workers who have seen their jobs offshored. The International Affiliation of Writers Guilds, which started in 1986 as a loose grouping of unions from English-speaking countries, now represents guilds whose 50,000 members span the globe, from India to Spain to South Africa. And they are sending a powerful message to their members, or rather, their members are sending a powerful message through them. Don't write on guild-covered projects. Don't be a scab. Along with the unprecedented solidarity writers are getting from sister unions here in the US and Canada, already many Teamsters are parking their trucks, taking the keys, and refusing to cross picket lines. That message is resonating loudly. If the conglomerates thought they could replace us with cheaper, non-union writers from distant shores, they've got another thing coming. Of course, our bosses are also dreaming of replacing us another way, with generative AI software. What did I tell you? What did I tell you? One of the most startling moments in our negotiations came when the conglomerates flat out refused to even counter our proposals about AI, instead offering an, quote, annual meeting to discuss advancements in technology, end quote. It's a very diplomatic way of this very corporate diplomacy right there. I don't think even an AI bot could have come up with more absurd response. However, in their defense, I have heard of people saying that AI chatbots could write a better script for some of these shows that have been coming out lately. I kid. It's just a joke. I don't think, let's see. The fact is that AI is here and it's going to transform our lives and work in unimaginable ways. I, like many of my fellow writers, am both nervous and excited about the prospect of how AI as a tool will be used in our storytelling. Speak for yourself, pal. Not this guy. I'm not excited about it. It does the opposite. I do not get excited about it. I get discouraged about it because that says that people are losing their sense of creativity. They're losing their own they're not developing their own damn imaginations, is what that means. But I digress. So it says, and I don't think of it as a kind of binary on-off switch that will simply shut off our jobs and replace us. That's what you think. But as we already clearly saw earlier in the article, that you seem to have forgotten is just how fucking petty these people in Hollywood can be. Art? Culture? Ah. But that just makes the conglomerate's position even more insidious because while we don't know how AI will function as a writer, we already know how our bosses intend to use it as managers. Part of their jobs, after all, is to make sure the power of capital can use every tool at its disposal to disempower workers as they transform what used to be jobs into endless, frantic scrambles for gigs, which is why there's literally nothing stopping any of us, artists, creatives, writers, authors, collaborating, building our own companies, working together, supporting each other. There's literally nothing stopping. There's nothing stonewalling us. There's no gatekeepers except literally our own willingness to do so. So I don't understand, this worrisome behavior. I'm not worried. I'm not worried about it. I just want to work with people who are real human beings, who want to actually create art. He's very optimistic in the sense that he actually believes that these Hollywood studios are still going to be hiring professional writers to play with generative AI. Effectively, just play with generative AI. No, they're not. The fact that he thinks that they're going to pay people for that. No, they're going to use interns for that. Who just wants the prestige, who just wants a foot in the door. Those are the people that they're going to use to play with the generative AI. What do you guys think about this ongoing strike? Got any thoughts about it? Any sympathies whatsoever? What do you think's on the horizon for Hollywood?